Welcome to the Sports Hour with your hosts, Joe, Anthony, and Aaron. Freshly shaved, Aaron.
Looking fresh, my brother.
New man. Just wait till next week, it will be back.
Our top stories today, the Houston Astros beat the Red Sox today 5-4, winning the series 3-1 and advancing to the ALCS. The Astros will take on the winner of the Cleveland-New York series, and the Cleveland Indians are currently facing the Yankees right now. I will look up the score right now.
I actually have the website up right now, so if you want me to look it up quickly, I definitely can.
Oh, the Yankees are beating the Indians.
Isn't it?
4-0 right
Yeah,
now.
the Yankees are also down 2-1 in the series.
They're down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
So this is a big game for the Yankees.
Hopefully they win, because New York hasn't had a championship in quite a little while.
They're due.
And it's our home state team, and you want to see them be successful, and we want to see another championship
Yeah.
brought home to the most prestigious baseball league. Team in the league.
Lou Severino is on the mound tonight for the Yankees.
What's the score?
Very, very good
4-0.
prospect.
4-0. That's what I like to hear. That's
Very
awesome.
good.
Seems like Cleveland,
Yeah.
after having a historic season again, they're just gonna they might not pass through again.
I don't know.
They
I think Cleveland's pretty
It's
good.
9 innings. What is it? The second?
Yeah,
still
it's
went 4-0. That's pretty big.
top
for
of the third.
Top of the third, and they're 4-0 right now. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a good score, like a good lead right now, at least. But anything can happen.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. It's comfortable. But like we said, hopefully New York gets out there and they win again. They can win the next game and go on, because we want to see them in the World Series.
Yeah. For the National League, the Cubs and the Nationals played a thriller game. It's probably the most exciting series of all of the playoffs. The Cubs beat the Nationals 2-1 in a thriller and went all the way to 9 innings. The Cubs took the series lead 2-1. Guys, I know you guys don't know that much about baseball, but this is probably the most exciting.
Yeah, the Cubs, after like that 108-year drought, it's good to see them back in the playoffs once again.
And didn't they win it last year?
Yeah, they did.
They won last year.
So they're making another statement by possibly couldn't we have a chance to repeat.
The Nationals have a good team, though, obviously.
Both teams are really good. The Nationals are really good.
I think this is the best matchup of the playoffs so far.
Max Scherzer had a no-hitter going
Ooh.
all the way until the 7th inning, which was
Wow.
broken up, and then they just took him out.
Wow.
What?
I don't know.
Why?
Baseball's a weird game.
Yeah.
It's so analytical.
They want to keep them fresh though. They can't. If they throw too many pitches, they're not the arm might hurt the next morning.
But then again, he's throwing no hitters, so basically if he keeps doing
you
that,
think
he
keep him
won't
in
be
to,
that sore
you think
because
keep
no
him in
one's
9
hitting the
innings,
ball.
See what he does.
And if he's throwing no hitters and he's getting everyone out like that,
Yeah.
why not?
I don't know. Baseball, to me, it's too analytical. They have these certain percentages, like what does he do when this batter's up, or
Oh yeah, they
what happens.
Overthink everything.
Yeah,
They don't let it
exactly.
happen. I played baseball too, and sometimes coaches were like that too. They would be like, okay, he swings right, he swings left. Let's get it going. Let's do this, do that, do this, do that. It makes you uncomfortable, and you don't it changes. Too many changes basically. You can't go with the flow.
It's like they're saying, 56% of the time, after this guy gives up a hit, then he's gonna give up another hit.
Look too much into stats, too much into the math, and God knows I hate math.
Yeah, for sure. And on the news, the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks play later tonight. The Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks 2-0 in the series. The Dodgers are looking good. Yu Darvish is on the mound tonight, and Zach Greinke's on the mound for the Diamondbacks. So it's going to be a close game. Both top pitchers. The Dodgers are probably my pick.
I don't think Greinke's the same as he was when he was younger, but he's still very good. And I think the D-backs could possibly come out with a win to try to get a tally on the series and not just lose 3-0.
Yeah, get swept.
That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, especially after going throughout the whole season and being successful because they're in the playoffs and then just.
And like we said last show, in baseball, you basically have to be one of the top teams or at least a very solid team in the league to get to the playoffs. It's not like football where if it's a bad division, the team can get in easier in basketball.
Yeah, they can get in with
a team who's
7-9
really bad,
record,
below 500 can get into the playoffs. Baseball, you have to be a very solid team or extremely well to be in the playoffs.
They play
So,
like 160 plus
yeah,
games.
so like if just I mean that could be a like factor into
Yeah.
like this. Like they made such a great run to get to the playoffs, they might be gassed out because fatigue is a big thing with long seasons in sports like
Oh, yeah.
baseball and basketball.
Baseball's the longest season.
Oh yeah, definitely 160 games. That's extremely long. Like I'd be gassed out honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still excited about this postseason. There's still plenty of great matchups coming up. I can't wait for the NLCS. Whichever team, I would say that the Dodgers are going to end up beating the Diamondbacks. And so either the
Yeah.
Cubs or Nationals, they're going to give the Dodgers a great run. It's going to be a great series to watch. Same thing with the Astros. Like either Cleveland or New York can easily like put up a great fight against the Astros.
Who do you think will make the World Series though? As of like right now,
That's tough.
and even like right now with the Yankees beating the Indians right now, who do you think has like the best World Series, or even win it?
In my opinion, I think Cleveland has a good shot.
But if they
Maybe.
get knocked out
If they get knocked out, then I would say the Astros are going to end up beating the Yankees.
in the World Series,
Well, to go to the World Series.
okay.
And for the National League, I mean, if the Dodgers, if they keep rolling like
I
how
believe
they
the
are,
Dodgers can make it all the way to the World Series.
I mean, as much as I love the Cubs and the Nationals, I mean, the Dodgers are looking good. You don't.
oh yeah. When the
Dodgers,
team's
Astros,
hot, it's hard
yeah.
to stop that.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
hot streak, that mean streak, that just momentum that they gain through every win, every series.
Dodgers Astros would be a good game to watch for like a World Series like matchup.
Both have great pitching. I mean, the Astros have Dallas Keuchel, and they just got Justin Verlander. Both 2 Cy Young winners. It's same thing with the Dodgers. The Dodgers
Yeah.
just acquired Yu Darvish and to play along with Clayton Kershaw, one of the best pitchers in the game.
You can just acquire players.
Well,
late
through
in the-
trades.
Oh,
through
How
trade.
long? There's no end of a trading like. In
There was a
baseball?
trade deadline during the summer,
Oh, okay.
and that's where all the big moves happen.
Oh, all right.
People really sleep on the MLB trade deadline. I would say that the MLB trade deadline, that's where the most stars. Like,
Now Facebook, I constantly saw tons of like in the summer. I don't really watch baseball, as you know, but like I always see a bunch of big news, people posting, sharing stuff, and they're like, oh, since I don't know a lot, I mean, it seems important, but like teams are trading like crazy. So.
yeah, it seems that their stars become more moved in MLB rather than any other sport.
The other teams, when they do the trades, though, they get their money's worth out of everything.
Well, yeah, usually I would say if a team's looking to acquire a star player, they'd give up like a lot of their prospects, like in the minor leagues, that
Yeah.
have the potential to be great, but they're willing to give up that to.
And also, like, I feel like baseball is like a sport where they look at you very young. Like 17, 18 years old, you're already being looked at.
That's like the
for a
same in other
professional.
sports too, like basketball.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
understand
like,
that,
comparison.
but like, it's crazy to think that like how like kids now born in the 2000s era are they're being looked at by prospects of teams for like AA starting out or something like that, and then like working their way up to major league, like prestigious, like that kind of like baseball and all that. It's crazy.
Baseball's it's one of my favorite sports.
It was one of my favorite sports to play. Then I just got sick of it, honestly. Too long.
It's hard to watch.
It's just too long.
Yeah.
Too long, and then if it just drags on, you just be like, come on. Some games I would sit in the outfield, I'd be like, all right, can you please end? Can you please, I want you to get striked out. I don't care about winning. I want to go home.
Yeah.
I'd be like that. Or even when I watched my first Yankees game, I was happy to watch it when I went to New York. I was like, ooh, my first Yankees game is gonna be awesome. They lost.
It's long.
It's long and they lost. I'm like, I spent all
I
this
love-
time here for nothing but a loss. What the heck?
I'm not a big fan of watching baseball like, on TV, but I love going to.
The games.
Yeah, the games are a whole different
Yeah, the games are
experience
fun.
live.
Mm.
They're so fun. I love going to Bison's games back in Buffalo.
When I go to Bison's games, it's just like, one, they always lose. Buffalo, you know, always losing. And it's just like, none of the fans are like really hyped. Like, no one's really super hyped.
They're a minor league team, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Triple A.
But still.
AAA?
Yeah.
Triple A.
Yeah. But still, like, no one's hyped. Like, when I went to the Yankees game, despite their loss, fans were going crazy.
Everyone gets into it.
Everyone
yeah.
gets super into it. I'm just sitting here like eating my popcorn and peanuts. I'm like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but it's too long. Can I go home? Can I go home? And be like that.
I don't know.
But then again, like, you know, but then again, that's just regular season. There's 160 games, so like that might not be important. It's like basketball too. Like you don't really care about all the games. You want to see like the big matchups, and you want to see the playoffs. Like if it was playoffs, I'm pretty sure I'd be like super into it.
A lot of the leagues have long seasons. NHL and NBA are 82 games. I mean, football is still 16 weeks or 17 weeks.
Yeah, but it's not really that long.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to break down Week 5 of the NFL. And so you don't want to miss that, and we'll be right back.
What's so funny?
The drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro? Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me. The day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Welcome back to the Sports Hour. It was a pretty interesting week in the NFL, I would say. There was a lot of bad injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of good wins, a lot of
Good
bad
wins,
wins.
yeah.
Sorry. You know, but we had some good wins.
Yeah.
in our
Sorry,
games.
Buffalo.
Sorry,
We'll
Buffalo.
Yeah,
We'll get to
it was
the
only a
Bills.
matter of time.
We'll get to the Bills later.
Yeah, we'll get to the Bills later. Right now, we got the Patriots and the Bucks, though. Patriots winning 19-14. Tom Brady throwing 303 yards and TD. Winston looked really nice.
Yeah, he did look really nice. Doug Martin returned
Yeah.
too.
Oh, that's
Season
gonna be a problem.
debut.
I really wanted the Bucks to pull out this win.
Yeah.
Of course you did. You're a Buffalo fan.
Their kicker missed 3 field goals. Though.
And I love it. I love every second of it. But they did hire a new kicker, Patrick Murray. You guys just inked a new deal with the Buccaneers to replace that kicker, Folk.
Nick
And,
Folk.
you know, they're going to be...
That was just terrible. Like, how do you miss 3 field goals?
I mean, that is true. I mean, their job is to kick. That's all they honestly do. But then again, like, it's not that easy. I mean, we probably couldn't be
Like
to do
50
any of that.
plus yards? No.
Like that's a hard job. Kicker is a hard job and one of the most underrated jobs in the NFL. And they are the number one
A long
scorers.
snapper is underrated.
Yeah, true.
Like one wrong move and it's like.
But this is a really narrow win for the Patriots, and they squeezed by the Bucks. And thank God. I mean, I don't mind the Patriots, but I'm happy they beat the Bucks.
The Patriots don't really look that good.
Yeah.
Like as much.
I mean,
as
they
good
do.
as they were prompt to be. I mean, they're kind of.
Weren't they thought to be 16-0?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, then again, it's a 3-way tie for first place as of right now.
Oh yeah, for
so-
sure. But I feel like the Patriots should be, without a doubt, dominating the division.
I mean, their defense is bad.
Their defense is
Terrible. Their defense is.
It's-
I didn't
it's
know
so
it
bad.
would be like that. I didn't think
They're getting
defense
exposed.
Yeah, they're getting exposed. I think their chemistry is not up to par yet. Like they haven't got a feel with each other. But then again, it's October. It's almost week 6. So like you would think through training camp, through the first 5 weeks, even the first 3 weeks, they would have built together a chemistry and molded together into a solid defense. But that's not
I mean,
the
like
case.
when we think of Patriots, we don't really think of
We don't think
dominating defense.
But last year they were the #1 defense in the league, though. That's the thing. So that's weird. Like just from 1 year, they went from those dominant defense in the league and a great offense that beat Atlanta in the Super Bowl with amazing comeback, the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, to a really god-awful defense to this season.
By the end of the regular season, you know, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're
They'll take their division.
Yeah, they're going to
Jets
take
are
the
probably.
division.
I'd have Jets coming second, honestly.
Do you?
I'm sorry, they flipped the switch. Jets are something different, but we'll talk about them later. Next, we got the Bengals and the Bills.
Beating the Bills. How do we lose to the Bengals?
I mean, anything could happen on any given Sunday. That's why I say football is one of the most unpredictable sports.
It makes me mad. It makes me mad that we can beat the Broncos and the Falcons.
But then again, Mohamed Sanu and Julio were injured.
It just looks like 2 fluke wins then if we can't beat the Bengals.
2 fluke wins. I mean,
this game was actually Buffalo's at one point.
It was. Before that game, or even towards the end of the game, I was like, Buffalo's gonna win this. And then when they lost, I was like, wow.
Yeah, like Charles Clay.
You gotta be.
Bad injury.
He just had
like we said, all these injuries this week.
The thing is, like, I believe that Charles Clay just got like
into the flow.
Yeah, and
because he was good with the Dolphins. Yeah, and then when he came here, it took some time.
He has good connection with
Tyrod,
yeah.
He's got good chemistry with him. And I mean, it's
AJ Green just.
Yeah, he torched the Bills.
Oh, he
exposed the secondary. But
189 yards and a touchdown.
As a Bills fan, for you and like all Bills fans in general, you have to be okay. It's just one loss. The past 2 wins against Broncos and the Falcons. That's not fluke. They play great those games. But like right now, technically, if you look at the standings in like a playoff picture, because the playoff picture is out already.
Yeah.
The Bills are technically in the leader of the division and they're in the playoffs. So that's something to be optimistic about, and like they can bounce back because any team can bounce back. Like the Panthers were 2-0, they lost to the Saints, a god awful Saints defense, and then they bounced back and they beat the Patriots, and they beat.
You're right. Tampa Bay is going to be a rough.
The Lions.
Everyone was very hyped about Tre'Davious White, and then
Yeah,
he was very promising through the first.
It's one game.
Yeah, that
everyone
was
has
one
bad
game.
games.
And it is AJ Green, one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, arguably a top 5.
Yeah,
he is a top 5.
He is a top
You can't leave a rookie corner on one of the best receivers.
But
in the
that's
game.
how he's gonna learn. He's gonna get torched. He's gonna get beat. He's gonna play against one of the best. He's gonna have to adjust to the best. But for the next game, though, we got the Jets and the Browns. I was hoping the Browns would come out with a win, honestly, because you know what? It's return him out. It's like the start of Myles Garrett's career, and he was promising with 2 sacks.
He's also the first number one
pick since what, like 19?
Yeah,
like the mid-90s.
Ever to get 2 sacks in the debut.
The Jets squeaked out this win, 17-14.
But still, again, it's the Jets, and they just flipped the switch after those first 2 losses. That's why it's my opinion, like with no-name receivers and like a really what we thought was gonna be like an 0-16 bad team. I didn't think they'd go 0-16. I thought they may win 2 games, honestly, personally. But they flipped the switch and they won 3 in a row, so I think they can continue this. And by the looks of their schedule, I think they could, honestly. With like not a lot of talent or like unknown talent, they're doing pretty good. Like that, this Jets team is honestly like every season there's a team that just surprises you. You know, you had the Panthers when they went 15-1. That was surprising. And then you had, who was it last year? You had the Cowboys, Cowboys and the Falcons. I'd say it'd be like a co thing right there. Dak Prescott and Zeke going off. That was so surprising.
As rookies.
Yeah, as rookies. And then you had the Falcons with that extremely dominant offense, putting up points and yards every game against every defense, no matter what. They were just surprising teams, and at this season, I think it's the Jets who are the most surprising team.
The Jets
with all the injuries,
they're using something out of nothing, basically.
Yes, that's why it surprises me because they were expected to be so
bad.
And you know, like I said, I really think they're gonna. I think they finished second in the division, unless the Bills continue from what they were doing the past 2 weeks and not let this 1 week define the rest of the season. Then the Bills will go.
I say they definitely go surprisingly above 500. They'll definitely.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
The Jets?
You guys keep doing this.
Not the Jets.
I know you're doubting. You're making assumptions and doubts, but like we're making our opinions and our picks. Like when you guys doubt the Panthers, what happens? They always win.
But it's the Jets.
And still,
the Jets are 3-2 at the moment.
Exactly.
So.
They're tied 3-way tie for first.
Okay.
All right, but next game we got the Panthers and the Lions. After a whole week of controversy, after Cam Newton said that really dumb, sarcastic comment when he was trying to joke around with our reporter, all that week of the controversy, he did not let it faze him. He looked like his MVP self that game. They could not get the ball running. They could not do anything on the ground, 28 yards, but Cam Newton's arm was there to save the day.
Cam Newton did look really
good. Ed Dixon, Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess, and Christian McCaffrey. Everyone was lighting up that Lions defense. And boy, Ed Dixon with 175 yards.
Is he known as like a backup? Or
he's Greg Olsen's backup. And, the thing is, Dixon, I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, don't quote me, but he hasn't had over 175 yards in like 3 seasons in general. He has 175 yards this one game. And he's stepping up. He's on the upward slope, and so is McCaffrey. He's not running the ball. They're not really running. He finally scored. Great rookie, first ever touchdown in his career. It was a nice little shovel pass down the end zone.
It's not like they blew him out though. I mean, they barely squeaked by.
I know about
they
the
won.
Lions.
Stafford is known to come back in the fourth
quarter. The thing about the Panthers as well, though, as much as I love them, they play hard 3.5 quarters. Fourth quarter, if they have a lead, they go conservative. Defense gets. I feel like the defense believes like, oh, the offense is putting up points. We're winning. It's fourth quarter. We're gonna win no matter what. So they let up a bit, and that's what I don't like. When you are a great team and you're putting up points, go for the kill. Keep pounding. That's the Panthers' motto. Keep pounding. But they're not. They don't pound in the fourth quarter.
They only won 27-24.
And they beat the Bills by a field goal too. So what's your point? A win's a win. We're 4-1 and we lead the division, baby. Cam Newton's looking.
Can't
amazing.
argue with it.
Exactly. And now you got the Colts and the Niners.
Boring.
Boring.
This is the second week in a row that the 49ers have lost in overtime. They're just unlucky.
T.Y. Hilton looked good.
Yeah, he did. And Hoyer looked good, too.
Hoyer looks good.
Hoyer is a good, solid veteran.
Yeah, but he's
always played on bad teams.
He's interception prone also.
But yeah, and he's also played on always bad teams.
Bad
the
team.
Browns, the Bears, the Niners. If he had a good team around him, I think he could do pretty good. With a bad team, he had 353 yards. But that's, again, he's been playing against the Colt defense.
Yeah.
He does this against, like, really bad defense.
A former Bill stood out, Marquise Goodwin.
Marquise Goodwin,
116 yards?
Yeah.
Aren't you happy about that?
He was the speedster, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a track star, too.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he go in the Olympics?
Yep.
Oh, man. But it's, again, a Bills player has some good games as soon as they leave the Bills. There's just an issue with the Bills. Another really bad game next, though. The Dolphins and the Titans.
Battle of the backups. No.
Battle of
Cutler's a starter. He's not looking like a starter at the moment.
Cutler is that man that does not care about anything. He doesn't care about life. He doesn't care about football. He would just sit there and...
The Dolphins squeaked by 16-10.
He throws under
Titans.
100 yards.
And they still get the... I mean...
In 4 quarters.
If Mariota was
92
there,
yards.
If Mariota was there, Titans would easily win.
They struggled without him.
He got a sea, an ocean worth of booze at home, with by Dolphins fans.
Wow.
Dolphins, they
won.
They won, but they still don't like Cutler. You can win and still hate your quarterback.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, Jay Cutler is the best they can get. Ryan Tannehill is done for the year.
I mean, they could have signed Cap.
Yeah,
Matt Moore they also have, I think.
Matt Moore he's all right.
He's all right.
But still, they could have signed Cap. Give Cap a chance.
They probably thought that Cutler was better than Cap.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
I don't. Cutler's not better than Cap. Cutler, at least Cap has some like motivation and drive.
Kaepernick is.
He has some passion. He has some passion for the game.
I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's when he was great. Now he's not like how he used to be, but still that. But also then you could say the Niners try to turn him to like a pocket passer instead of like that read option quarterback. But if the Dolphins had Cap, I think they'd be better.
I believe Cutler's lazy.
He's just lazy. He doesn't care. He has no passion, no love for the game. He's 34 years old. He retired. He came out, and he just doesn't care. He cheated the Dolphins of basically $10 million. Basically, he's the smartest, laziest, most unpassionate man in the world.
I like that.
Next game, a battle of two winless teams that define who would finally get their first win this season: the Chargers and the Giants.
The Chargers beat the Giants 27-22, and Melvin Gordon just ran over the Giants.
Yeah. 163 yards.
Total yards.
He's looking like his promising self.
2 receiving touchdowns. Just.
And this was a god-awful day for the entire Giants team and a sad day for their wide receiving core. Their team has been awful all season, and they were expected to be a Super Bowl contending team because they were believed to have a phenomenal and the best wide receiving core. At least by a lot of people I knew, they believed that their receiving core was the best. On paper, was the best.
it looked great.
But
everyone's hurt.
Odell Beckham got hurt right now.
Odell Beckham fractured his ankle.
He's out for the season. And Brandon Marshall's injured. Do you know how long he's going to be out for?
I don't,
it's
not bad.
Not known. Yeah. Shepard's out too. Just this Giants defense.
At one point after Odell left, they had 2 tight ends and a wide receiver. Like the 2 tight ends were playing the wide receiver position.
That's just awful.
Yeah, I mean Evan Ingram he's basically a wide receiver at this point.
Do you guys think the Giants should just throw in the towel and start tanking?
I think they might try to revive their season once the other 2 wide receivers, Shepard and Marshall, get back to being healthy. But I feel like they're just gonna end up as a top bottom 5 team. They're gonna have.
Like I said,
it's gonna be like a tank.
I think Eli's done.
Eli's gonna be done.
You think?
He might have. He's gonna have to retire within a season or 2. Honestly, he can't do anything. There's nothing else he can do. He won 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots. He can be happy with those 2 rings. Honestly,
he's got the same as his brother.
I don't want to talk about that second ring. Eagles and Cards. Carson Wentz continuing.
Light it up.
Battle of the Carsons.
Continuing his phenomenal
4 touchdowns
sophomore season.
The Eagles put up 34 points against the Cardinals.
The Eagles are the real deal.
I think so too.
The Eagles are the real deal, and like I said, they're going to take a couple weeks ago. They're going to take their division.
You think so?
I think they're going to take their division.
I think they will take their division.
Carson's looking amazing too. I'm sorry to cut you off. You go ahead.
No, I think at this point, they're in the same division as the Redskins, correct?
Yeah.
I think the Redskins are the only team
competition.
That can, yes.
What about the Cowboys?
Cowboys, I don't think they can. I don't know.
You don't think they're good this year?
I think they're good. It's just like
we'll get to them. We'll get to
them. Yeah, you're right. We'll get to them. But I think the Eagles are the real deal. They're a playoff team right now on paper. They're a playoff team. Carson Wentz is looking like a phenomenal player. He could possibly
If they
offensive.
keep the running game up, it's finally getting good. If they keep that up, then that 1-2 combo will actually look very good.
And I can't wait for next week. Well, this week, Thursday, when the Panthers play the Eagles. That's gonna be a really, really good game.
I think it will come down to like a final
Final thing, yeah. It's gonna be really good. Next game, Jags, the most unpredictable team in the NFL, destroy the Steelers, and that defense is the reason why.
The Jags beat the Steelers 30-9.
Big Ben was looking small.
5 interceptions.
5 picks. Unbelievable.
2 of them were pick sixes.
And that's the 5 picks.
Yeah.
2 pick six. Big Ben he's Father Time kicked him. It's time to hang him up eventually.
You think so?
I think so. Big Ben is not looking like himself the last couple of years, last 2 or 3 years. He hasn't been like that amazing prime person he was when he won the Super Bowls in the past. And that just, like, all the talent they have on that offense, they don't do nothing. They haven't been able to do anything.
Yeah.
This whole season, they look sluggish, and they haven't looked like that dominant Super Bowl contending Steelers
I know.
from last year.
I thought the Steelers were going to be really good this year. I thought
Do
their
you
offense was
guys
just
think
going to.
the Jags can be a threat for playoff contention?
I think the Jags, if they consistently play well,
Yeah, they
can
are.
be a playoff contending team. And
They can't.
And it's only because of their
lose,
defense.
win, lose. They can't.
No, they can't. Otherwise,
can't.
if they were to do that, they would go 8-8.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe in that division of the AFC South, they could get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not
Especially
a wild
with
card. That division is just a joke.
That
Like,
division is at least it's not a joke with Mariota, and then you got Andrew Luck, and then you got.
Both of them are hurt though.
Yeah, but that's true. Like right now, currently, it's not a joke. It's just injuries of like star players of like each separate teams in that division are helping the Jags. But
I think the Texans like
the Texans they could be, but then again, injuries like JJ. We'll talk about this later, but JJ Watt. And I forgot another player got injured. A good player on the line.
The linebacker.
Yeah, the linebacker. He got injured too, but the story of this game is the Jags defense. Is this defense the next big thing?
it could be
You
Jalen Ramsey.
In the future,
AJ Boyer.
like you see this team,
Dante
like,
Flower.
in the past, you've had teams with defensive legacies off their defense. The Iron Curtain with the Steelers, or the Steel Curtain, either one. And then you had
The Legion of Boom.
the Legion of Boom. And then you had with the Ravens, the 2001,
2000,
2000, early 2000 Ravens defense.
With Ray Lewis, led by Ray Lewis.
And then even like for the last couple of years, the Panthers defense has been top 10 for the last couple of seasons. Like this team's defense, I think, could be the next big like team that like defines the Jaguars, leads a legacy of defensive-minded football.
It could. Leonard Fournette had a big game too.
That man said the NFL felt easy, and right now he's making it look easy.
I know. I told you guys it's better than Kareem Hunt.
I don't know about that.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see 16 games.
We'll have to
see
wait
how
and
they
see.
do.
Next game though, Seahawks Rams.
Boring game.
I
Seahawks.
really thought the Rams could
I
take
thought
this
the
game.
Rams, because the Rams have a history of always upsetting the Seahawks and beating the Seahawks and playing great defense, like, even sometimes offense against the Seahawks. But
The Seahawks won 16-10.
that's another boring game.
Russell Wilson only 198 yards and a touchdown.
I still see.
Todd Gurley was quiet.
Oh yeah, he was
Also.
quiet. After all, we were getting
43 yards
we were
and
all
something.
getting in the hype of Todd Gurley and his.
Yeah,
breaking
it's
that
one
song.
game.
It's one game.
Yeah, it's one game, but still. And then we were still all up in the hype, and now we're like,
Messed me up in fantasy.
All you care about is fantasy. I swear, it's all you care about. But I still think the Rams are going to take the division by the end of the season.
You think?
I think so.
Good. The Seahawks have been disappointing, I think. I thought they were going to be much better.
Like, last 2 years, they've been in decline.
They're not putting up points. Like
They have no old line. Russell
Their
Wilson
offense
is
really
not,
isn't that
Russell
good.
Wilson isn't that.
I think Russell Wilson is good.
He's good.
I just what's around him? Like, you have Jimmy Graham and what else?
But then again, he did have, like, some pretty solid wide receivers when he won the Super Bowl. He has basically the same receiving core. And
they lost Jermaine Kearse.
Yeah,
But they still have Doug Baldwin. Wait, is he?
Yeah, he's still on there.
He's there. Kearse got traded to the Jets, though.
Yeah.
For Sheldon Richardson, I thought that was a great trade for their defense. I thought that was going to put them over the top.
Well, it doesn't look like it. And that's good, though, for any NFC team and any NFC fan who loves an NFC team. Next game, though, Ravens and Raiders. I think the Raiders' season's done.
Yeah.
Unless Jack Del Rio says he anticipates Derek Carr playing next week.
I don't think it's smart.
That's a really dumb decision.
I don't think it's smart.
He has a fracture in his back. If he continues to play and he breaks his back, he could. That's a life-changing
Look what happened
injury.
with Romo. The thing was back, and then he was done.
Like his back, he had lingering injuries for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
And if you put Carr out there, something could happen. He could break his back. That's a life-changing injury. So, or he can worsen, and he could be out, effective next season throughout the entire year. It's a game. We understand it's a game, but let your star quarterback
rest up.
Rest up. You might have a bad season, but at least you know your future's good. Your quarterback, your star quarterback who had an injury last year that put him out from playing in the playoffs and getting that team to possibly a Super Bowl, and possibly he kept kicked out of MVP contention because of that injury.
Yeah.
And he's an MVP caliber player, Derek Carr, when he's on fire. Let him rest. It's not smart to put him in. And I think the Ravens.
I agree 100%.
With EJ Manuel out there.
He didn't look that bad. He had 159 yards and a touchdown.
Is 159 yards impressive? That's supposed to be a half. I mean, it's better than Jay Cutler, but still. Come on now.
Say what you want.
Ravens took advantage of this. And
it wasn't his fault that they lost.
His fault. If he was so great as he said he was, he would have led him to the Super Bowl by now. Oh, you think you're gonna lead him to the playoffs? He's gonna go to the Super Bowl. He's gonna win. EJ Manuel is the greatest quarterback. Basically, what you were saying last week.
You're a hater.
That's
all I have to say.
He's just a bad player.
That's all I have to say.
I'm gonna admit I am a hater because he's a bad player.
A hater.
Oh my God. Anyways, he couldn't lead the Raiders to a win, and that's understandable. EJ Manuel's not really that good of a player anyway.
Next game we got the Green Bay Packers beating the Cowboys 35-31, in which I thought was the most exciting game of the week.
Aaron Rodgers. Again, he does what Aaron Rodgers does.
Yeah. 17 seconds left, touchdown, Devontae Adams.
Oh, God. This is why he's one of the best quarterbacks in history.
I think he's the best quarterback right now in the game.
In the game? I'd say Tom is.
Tom Brady really hasn't been doing that much. Like, for the career-wise, I would say Tom Brady's better right now. But Aaron Rodgers, he's on fire. Like, who's stopping Aaron Rodgers, you know?
That's true.
The rookie looked good. Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that he could fill the void left by Ty Montgomery without him there?
It depends on how long he's out.
It depends on the
I think he
week by week
I think
play.
he broke his ribs.
Oof. That's not good.
Yeah.
But when you say that, what do we think? Well, I don't know what to think. It's just a week by week thing. Like, he's a rookie, and like even with Kareem Hunt, like we didn't expect him to go off like this. So like it's a week by week thing. It's just we'll have to see.
See, at first when Ty Montgomery converted from wide receiver to running back, we're all like, this is weird, and like.
But then we were like that too when Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Did that. And Terrell Pryor had a 1,000-yard season in his first time as a wide receiver with the Browns.
And then like being that receiving, he's a running. I feel like he is a receiving first running back, but he does show promise when he runs.
He's a wide receiver in the backfield.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, basically. We got players like that too, and especially in this new like wave of football where everything's fast-paced and quick and everything like that.
You need a guy like Ty Montgomery.
It's a pass-dominant game now instead of like in the past where it's run-dominant.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to have like fast receiving running backs to go with your quarterback and everything like that.
I mean, you really can't. For the Cowboys' perspective, like you really can't blame their offense.
Oh, he played a great game.
Dak Prescott, he balled out even in the loss.
3 touchdowns in the pass, 1 on the ground, and it's just that Aaron Rodgers came back and he did his thing. Like you can't stop that. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and like you say, he's arguably one of the best, actually the best in the league right now. So
yeah.
That was an entertaining game.
It was very fun to watch. I loved watching it last night.
I wish I could have watched it. I'm pretty sure I would have been super entertained.
Ezekiel Elliott looked pretty good too, with 116 yards. I mean, it was a very offensive
minded game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of defense.
Yeah.
But that's like the most exciting games.
Yeah, those are the games you want.
We know defense wins.
Because we expect defense. Yeah.
We know defense wins championships, but
when your offense clicks,
it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's ratings. That's what gets you like excited. Like, ooh, score. Ooh, another score. Ooh, it's coming down to the wire. That's entertainment. Defense, except sometimes like if it's a close game, defense can be entertaining too. That's a different story. And then Chiefs.
Sunday night
5-0.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs beat the Texans 42-34 in another big scoring game. Alex Smith, he's looking amazing.
Smith is going off. He said,
11 touchdowns.
I am no longer just a field general. I'm just no longer a clock game manager. I'm going to show you that I can score. I can put up yards. That's what he's saying.
He's angry that they drafted Patrick Mahomes.
He's angry?
He's angry, and he wants to show them that he he can also be a great quarterback.
Elite.
And not just a time.
You think he can be elite?
Yeah, not just a time manager.
You think it might be a little too late though?
It is late
in his career that he
years,
does this.
Late. Yeah.
I mean,
but do you think this is the perfect time? Sorry to cut you off, but is this the perfect time for him to do this? Since they drafted a rookie quarterback, and you think this was the light the fire for him?
He wants to prove himself.
Quarterbacks are different though. Quarterbacks can go longer than running backs or wide
16,
receivers.
17, maybe 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could see quarterbacks playing in their late 30s, early 40s, depending on how good they are.
Like Tom Brady's 40, he's doing amazing.
Yeah, but that's Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. But and then
Hunt reached. Okay.
No,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hunt reached over 100 yards again, so.
Hunt's on track to hit 2,000, right?
Is he?
I mean, I don't know. He was bottled up. He was bottled up by that Houston defense.
He still got over 100 though, and they pulled away with the win.
He did have 29 attempts, so that is a lot for. Like the yards per carry goes down with the number of carries you have.
But still, he's got that yardage. They got the win, and he did his thing. Not like I was amazing as has been, but
the one thing that I've noticed that I noticed about that game because I watched the whole game.
Of course you did.
Houston did not give up. They scored with 0 seconds left, and it was a very nice game to watch.
You got to respect that.
Yeah.
Then. You have to respect that out of Houston.
They threw it up.
Houston's a good.
They lost their heart and soul in J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Topic of J.J. Watt. Do you think he's out of his prime now? I think his prime's over.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the most dominant player in the league and defensively anymore. I think it's Khalil Mack.
You think it's Khalil Mack?
I think it's Khalil Mack.
Or Von Miller?
Khalil Mack.
You think?
Miller's out of his prime.
Von Miller?
Yeah, but he's still.
I think he's towards the end of his prime. But Khalil Mack is in his prime.
Big deal.
He's the big deal. Like Khalil Mack will go down as one of the greatest defensive players in the history of football.
I wish the Bills would have drafted him instead of Sammy Watkins.
You wish?
Yeah, it was the pick right after.
Anything? Wishes?
Back 3 years ago when the Bills traded up for that pick, I honestly thought with all my heart that they were going to draft Khalil Mack. Like I didn't even know who Sammy Watkins was, to be completely honest.
He was the best, most hyped, and best wide receiver in that entire draft class.
Well, I didn't know who he was,
and then
but I knew.
Beckham you could have had Odell Beckham too.
Yeah, and then we would have had a first-round pick the year after.
But then again, the Browns could have had Watson too. But teams do whatever they do in the draft. We're not GMs. We don't know what goes on in the war rooms in those times of the season and the off season.
Do you think the Chiefs can remain undefeated?
Who do they play next?
No idea.
Let me just check out, actually. Chiefs.
Yeah, we do. Like, I know our schedule is not easy.
But you're a good team still. That's
we
the
are
thing.
A very good team.
You're still a very great team, and you're going to do your thing. And right now you're showing, like last couple, ever since Alex Smith's been there, they've been a good team, even if they've had
because of Andy Reid. Andy Reid is
he's
a great coach.
Chiefs play the Steelers. You're going to go 6-0.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be 6-0.
You think they got?
Steelers are not last year's Steelers. Chiefs are Chiefs are something different this year. They're making statements. Alex Smith is on a warpath.
He's on fire.
He's on fire.
Deshaun Watson looked good again.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson
with 5 touchdowns.
He's amazing. He's a really good quarterback. Like,
doesn't give up.
I'm surprised he went
DeAndre Hopkins,
he went so
touchdowns.
late in the draft late in the first round for quarterbacks like that were picked before him. Like he's really good. I think he's arguably is a top 2 quarterback in that draft class, and he was picked towards the middle of the first round. Towards
top 2 quarterback.
Yeah, I remember when Trubisky.
Out of the rookies.
I remember when Trubisky was picked. All the Bears fans were like, "No!" They were so upset.
Well, now tonight we'll actually get to see.
We'll get to see how he's doing.
Actually, right now we actually.
Yeah, they are playing right now. The Bears
and Vikings.
Sam Bradford's
back
too.
He's Trubisky's 5 for 6 for 37 yards. He seems like he's playing safe right now, but we'll see it by the end of the night. After the show, we're going to watch the game. I know that. And I hope he does good because it's time for that era in Chicago to start.
The Trubisky era.
Mm-hmm. But who do you think's going to win?
The Vikings.
Vikings. I want to say the Bears. I'm going to go with the Bears.
I can't wait to see Sam Bradford back. I hope he's back to his old self.
Yeah, he was looking nice.
He was looking nice.
I still say the Bears, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce got injured.
Concussion protocol.
So many injuries.
What do you think of that?
So many injuries.
Yeah, Chris Conley also.
Ruptured Achilles.
Ruptured Achilles.
Didn't you say Andy Dalton, too, was hurt?
No, I mean Dalton got hurt during the Buffalo game, but he played the whole game.
He's still feeling some effects.
Yeah, he was limping.
There's a lot of injuries. A lot of key players were injured, of the teams they played for.
The thing with Odell, I really don't think we knew that he got hurt during preseason. I believe that they should have kept him out until.
I think he wanted to rush himself though.
Yeah,
that's probably what. That's probably.
I don't think you think he's gonna get that super huge contract, become the most paid player in the NFL after this. I don't think so.
Not anymore. That's probably why he was driving himself so hard.
Because he wants all that money.
He wants that money.
And now he's gonna have to settle for less money because he knows he's coming off a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna stay in New York? Or do you think
I'd like to see him somewhere else, to be honest. I'd like to see him somewhere else. Somewhere that would actually give him a chance to win a championship.
Don't you not like him?
I don't like him.
I mean, he'd still be a hothead. He's a hothead. He's crazy.
He's passionate.
The thing with the net, when he married
he's
the net.
Yeah. But yeah, when Antonio Brown throws a garbage or whatever he threw on a fit of anger, everyone's like, oh, he's just passionate. So is Odell. He's just passionate.
Odell's just cocky.
That's what you don't like about him.
I don't like, He's so cocky and it's annoying.
Did you like, I forgot, who was your off, Rex Ryan?
No, I didn't like Rex Ryan.
Because he's cocky.
Rex Ryan was terrible. I'm glad he's out.
Because I know so many Bills. I'm just saying that because he's a cocky person, so I was wondering if you liked him or disliked him. I just know everyone was like, oh, I'm the hype for him.
Nah.
Next week's games, though, we got, Panthers and Eagles. What do you think's going to win that?
I think the Eagles.
Toss up.
I think the Eagles.
Toss up for you, Eagles for you, and I obviously am going to say Panthers, and I believe my team will go 5-1.
We'll hold that thought, Anthony, but we need to take another break. And when we come back, we'll finish up all our predictions. So don't go anywhere.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb.
We're leaving.
But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates, our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us. All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box. Oh, be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Welcome back to the Sports Hour. We're just going to finish up our predictions for NFL Week 6.
And we're going to wrap up the show with that after. First game we're going to predict, Bears-Ravens. I got Ravens.
I got the Ravens too. They looked good last week or this week, and I feel like they can.
It all matters about how Trubisky does tonight.
Yeah,
if he pulls out with the win, I think.
You think he'll go out and get some momentum?
I think they could win 2 in a row.
All right. Next game, Browns and Texans.
Texans.
Despite losing some talent on the defensive end, I already know they're going to bounce back against the Browns.
I hope Myles Garrett plays well though.
Oh, I like to see him do good.
I like Myles Garrett.
Packers and Vikings. Packers.
Ooh, I don't know. That could be a good game.
It's Aaron Rodgers though. Like,
yeah.
He's just not.
He's on a whole
anything.
nother level.
Yeah, he's on a whole nother level. But that's every season with Aaron. Lions. And
But
Saints.
Sam Bradford's back though.
Off injury though.
Yeah, depending on how good he does tonight.
Lions and Saints.
Lions and Saints. I say the Lions.
Yeah, I'd go with the Lions too.
They're gonna bounce back.
The Saints seem like they're not.
The Saints are a mediocre team.
They have Breeze and then
that's it.
That's it.
But then Breeze elevates.
Thomas.
Breeze elevates a team, but he only can do so much because he has literally nothing. Dolphins and Falcons.
I hope the Falcons
Is
win.
Julio and Mohamed Sanu still injured?
I think
that's the pen.
Julio's back.
Okay, well then it's the Falcons. Because if they were injured, I'd say it'd be a hard toss-up.
Julio wasn't even that hurt in the Bills game. They just didn't want him to get.
Yeah, they played it. They said, okay,
Yeah, they
it's a
played
loss,
safe.
whatever. Just keep our star players. That's the smart thing. That's what the Raiders should do, not with Derek Carr. You don't know. Patriots and Jets. I say Jets.
This is always
it's always a good game.
You say the Jets?
I say the Jets because the Jets have.
As bad as the Jets are, they always seem.
They
like,
always play.
I hope the Jets
Okay,
win.
listen. Bills play good against the Dolphins. Bills and Jets. Jets always play great when it comes to the Patriots games. Dolphins play pretty good against the Patriots, like in general. Like there's that team they play great against.
I would
think the
like to
Jets-
see the Jets win.
Of course you would. But then again, if the Bills lose and the Jets win, the Jets will be first in the division.
Yeah, who would think that?
Honestly, who would? Niners and Redskins?
I want to see the Niners win.
Redskins. Kirk Cousins is going to play for the team he possibly could play for next season.
The 49ers?
I think he could go to the 49ers, but he's going to play them next week, and I think he's going to pull out a win against them. And Bucks and Cardinals? Bucks. Unfortunately, Bucks. Ooh, this is a great game. Defensively great game. Jags, Rams.
Ooh.
Jags and Rams. I'd say Jags.
I'm going with the Rams.
I say, I like the Rams. Both their defenses are phenomenal, but I say the Jags' amazing, young, talented defense is gonna do another, like, upset this week, or next week coming up. And
I forgot the Bills were on a bye this week.
Oh man, Steelers and Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I say
6-0.
I say Chiefs are gonna go 6-0.
I think the Steelers are gonna win.
You're that one guy that just
looks. If he's promising.
Big Ben's looking.
They're gonna turn it around.
He's big old Ben. I don't know about that. They've been looking sluggish and bad all season. Honestly, they haven't been there last year. Steelers. I don't like this game. It's a garbage game. Chargers and Raiders. I'd say Raiders are.
Chargers.
I say Raiders are gonna lose and Chargers are gonna get.
You think the Chargers are gonna beat the Raiders?
You think EJ Manuel's gonna do something good against the
but
Chargers?
it's the Chargers though.
Yeah, they're not a bad team though. I mean, yes, they're bad on paper, but they have.
They're not that.
They're
good
just
on
really
defense.
unlucky. And
they're not that good on defense.
Still, I say Chargers.
The Chargers have a mediocre offense. I mean, their offense is pretty good, but I mean.
I say the Chargers get
the Raiders'
second win.
defense is still there. I mean, you still have Khalil Mack. I think Khalil Mack's gonna shut down the Chargers, and then.
I say Chargers.
I mean,
that's just me.
You could put me in there against the Chargers, and I would beat the Chargers.
I don't know about that, man.
That'd be a funny sight.
That'd be hilarious. Broncos and Giants? Broncos.
Ooh.
Broncos.
I don't know, I'd like to see the Giants pull out a win.
I don't think it's going to happen, though. It's Broncos. With no receiving core against the amazing secondary of the Broncos are going to shut them down. And then this game, which is another really boring game for Monday Night Football. Colts and Titans.
How long is Mariota out for?
I think a couple more weeks, honestly.
Yeah, without Mariota and without Andrew Luck.
It's a boring game.
He's not playing next week.
There's so many boring games.
Yeah, but sometimes boring games can
be entertaining because they're such bad teams that they just go to town on each other. Yeah. I mean, that's true, but
Jacoby Brissett is a promising quarterback. So.
He put up yards, he just doesn't score.
Yeah, I believe that the Colts can come out with that win.
Mm-hmm. And then that's the end of our predictions. So we got NHL. Next week we're going to get you.
The Buffalo Sabres looked terrible today. They lost to the New Jersey Devils 6-2. Where was the defense?
Didn't you say they could possibly be a playoff team?
They
but not just from you being a Sabres fan, but
I honestly
believe they're promising.
It's only 3 games in. There's 79 more games left to play. I mean, we're just at a bad start, but I mean their defense is just looks terrible.
Up with the beginning of the hockey season.
We have 5 minutes left.
And actually, no, we can get to it right now. Actually, you think? Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I don't know. They're just leaving our goaltender out to dry. They need to be better if they want to make the playoffs.
Listen, I'm not.
It's a bad start.
That's a really bad opening statement to your fans, your city, and to the league. Like, oh, this is how we are. Our defense is something that you could exploit. I know big on hockey, but when you lose 6-2 and you start off 0-2-1, I mean, you said 79 games left in the season, but that's a really bad.
But that's like saying if Golden State started off 0-3, like, do you think people would be panicking?
No, but then again, Sabres aren't at the level.
Well,
of
true.
Like that. Like if the Penguins started off like this, people would be like, "Whoa, they'll bounce back." But like it's the Sabres, because they haven't been so successful for a while, so people are gonna be like, "Damn, another bad start."
I guess so.
I mean, you said 79 games left, but that's a really bad start.
It's a bad
hopefully
start,
they can bounce back.
I think they're gonna bounce back. Jack Eichel is looking good. He's averaging, I think, a point a game already. Evander Kane had 2 goals today, the only 2 goals.
I don't know who that is, but
neither do I.
Other scores: the Avalanche beat the Bruins 4-0, so that's good for the Sabres division. They're big rivals. Now Yakupov had 2 goals, so he's looking good.
That's a tongue twister.
It's Yakupov.
The Blues beat the New York Islanders 3-2. Vladimir Tarasenko with 2 goals and then the game-winning shootout goal. It went to a shootout.
I like games that end like that in any sport, like whether it's hockey, soccer. Like shootouts are scary, heart-throbbing, entertaining, and just legit.
They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. Like, and especially in big games, like in the last World Cup, so many shootouts. They were just terrifying to watch, but they were so entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. Other games that were going on, the Blackhawks and Leafs were playing. The Capitals and the Lightning were playing. The Jets and the Oilers are playing later tonight. And same with the Calgary Flames and the Anaheim Ducks.
You gonna be watching hockey or you gonna be watching football tonight?
Football.
I don't know.
I'll be watching football.
Probably football.
Like, during the commercial, switch to the other one. That's what people do. Switch to the other one.
I don't know if I get any of the hockey games on the regular cable here. I could look them up on YouTube or something like that, see if there's a live stream. But
for NBA news, it's not a lot, but
Joel Embiid signs a 5-year, $148 million contract extension.
I like him, and I hope he stays healthy.
That's a risky move for the 76ers.
It's risky, but they're trusting the process, and they're trusting in the health of a guy who hasn't been healthy. And I want to see him play. I know he's not going to play 82 probably, but I want to see him at least play 60 games. I like Joel Embiid.
I think he can play more than 60.
I like his character. I like his personality. I like how he plays. And I just like him overall.
I think people are saying he's the next Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I really hope he stays healthy. The preseason started. That's going to be wrapping up soon next week. Well, 8 days. Next week, though, we're going to be giving you guys finally some content. Whether it's next week or the week after, we'll be finally giving you some NBA content we'll be waiting for so long. I can't wait to start talking about that.
There's going to be plenty of arguments between the three of us.
Not you.
Not the NBA.
Me and him.
We're gonna
plenty of arguments.
We're going to get Aaron to watch some NBA with us.
We're going to get you involved. We're going to make you an NBA fan.
Well, I'm actually a Nets fan, so you can see how that's...
The Brooklyn Nets.
I support Brooklyn because I support a New York team, and I feel bad. And I like D'Angelo, and I like Jeremy.
I love D'Angelo Russell,
and
too.
I like Jeremy Lin a lot, too, so I hope they do good. So
Win sanity, baby.
Yeah, win sanity back in the Big Apple. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But can't wait to talk about that, Cleveland and Celtics game, and I can't wait to talk about the Rockets and
the
Golden
Warriors.
State.
That's going to be fun.
Kyrie, Gordon Hayward versus LeBron, and
Derrick
Rose, D-Wade, Tristan, and K Love. And Al Horford on the Celtics, that'd be great. So I can't wait to watch that. And Golden State with obviously the splash trio, and Draymond
for sure
against James Harden and Chris Paul. That's gonna be entertaining.
Well, as always, we like to thank everyone that has watched the Sports Hour. We like to thank our regular fans, and you guys should stay tuned for Cooking Wave 101, which starts at 10, I believe. So you don't want to miss that, and you don't want to miss us next week. So have a good night, everyone.
Thank you for watching.